We completed our break and now must actually do the plan. Remember the plan.
Yeah. It was a good plan.
What does this plan demand of us, Brain?
Well, according to my brain manual, let me just see if I can find the page right. Ooh.
Go on, do tell.
The plan requires effort.
Effort, you say?
Yes.
This revelation? I find it disgusting.
Effort, you say. This revelation, I find it disgusting. Which is what most people do with something like this. Day 41 of 90 ORCA. We're not going to mess around today. We're going to get straight into it. Read the post. Through it, you'll see that I'm talking about Verify Full Kit. If you don't have a copy of this book, Mastering Flow, Rami Goldratt, AJ Kapoor, get it. I've just rewritten it. I actually read the Dr. Efrat's book first, which is Projects Rules of Flow. Saw a post online today about productivity. Productivity is our problem. Productivity this, we don't have enough people, there's a labour shortage. It's all bullshit, right? Always go back to the sentence that my old man taught me when I was an apprentice. Whenever we said we didn't have enough resources and enough of this, we need more people, we need more cranes, we need more tools. He said one sentence and it was always the same thing and he was always right. You're not using what you've already got properly yet. We are not using the available resources that we have in the construction industry anywhere near properly. Not even close. Productivity is not our issue. Starting things before they're ready to start. Verifying Full Kit is. I've had to pull myself up on it even as well. Particularly with, this is a red hot tip for AI. If you don't do anything else, learn this. Learn to verify Full Kit before you jump in and start pushing out output with AI. Because all you're going to do is, if you're not doing the right things, it's creating an even bigger fucking mess than what you currently got. You're going to see over the next few, because I'm refining this a bit at the moment. So we're going to start introducing what's known as flex planning very soon. We've got through the difficult part with the ORCA, and I did that deliberately. I set myself up to fail with this ORCA process because this is the part that people don't get past. The first 90 days. They don't stick with this long enough and give it time to compound and start getting some real results. I deliberately set it up so I would fail. I had a number of travels. With Christmas, I went to Perth for a week, Melbourne over Christmas for a week, but I kept the expectations low and kept the streak running. That's the most important part of all of this. Any lean, all the rest of it. There's the line that I repeated there for about the first 30, 40 episodes at the start of it. Tools and techniques are not, that's the easy bit, is getting your leaders and your teams aligned, engaged, motivated, and able to sustain it. That is your real challenge. I'll offer you something if you want some help with that at the end of this, but right now, we're going to crack on with day 41 of 90 ORCA. So let's kick over to our mate. Day 41 of 90. It is Saturday, the 3rd of January 2026, and this is a new shift. Let him process that and he'll come back and ask me some questions about the task that he set for me yesterday. ORCA Wingman, new shift, day 41 of 90, Saturday, the 3rd of January 2026. Day lock, streak intact. Per lock protocol, first check only. Is this a home ORCA or a travel ORCA? Once you exit, you'll execute the 3 must-do tasks during the day and we'll run ORCA debrief at the end with a daily execution index. This is a home ORCA. If we're going to do a little loop, actually need to pull down our 12-month plan. So we've got some whiteboard space to be able to do it. See a few steps. He didn't actually step me through it properly yesterday. Okay, We follow the home ORCA protocol, execute during the day, ORCA debrief at the end of the day. For now, we simply set the frame. Home ORCA, start of the day, Saturday, 3rd of January 2026. You already have 3 must-do tasks locked for the day. Verify full kit using Trello standard card. Execute single follow-up you already decided. Write a Kanban ticket for the first 50-minute work block. No changes, no additions. Day intent check. 1 line only. Before you go execute, answer this. What is the one most important outcome of these 3 tasks are meant to support today? Just the outcome, no explanations. Once that's stated, you'll go execute and we'll run the ORCA debrief tonight. The objective of the tickets that we did today is to help us do our Masogi for this year, which is to win the school games, 1/4 of it this year. Don't know, he's changed up what he's doing here a little bit. So we'll see if that's the objective that he actually that's not the objective, that's a high definition destination. We'll see if you pick it up. Day 41, ORCA, start Saturday, 3rd of January. Objective, refined and locked. Your intent is right. We just remove abstract. Locked objective, advance the Q1 component of the Masogi, winning the school games. Single, outcome orientated, aligned to the year, not just today. That's the current altitude for a Saturday on holidays. Today's 3 must-do tasks. You're being ruled on these today, on only these today. Verify full kit before starting work. Yes, we did that. Execute a single follow-up already chosen. Write a Kanban ticket for the first 50-minute block. Reminder, this is not an ORCA debrief yet. ORCA happens after execution later today. No, this is the ORCA debrief. Tonight we were... Man, you've got this messed up again, okay? I've executed these 3 tickets. So why are we not running the ORCA debrief now? This should be this is the ORCA debrief. I don't understand. This is the end of the day. When I do this session, I've executed my works for the day, and this is the debrief to go go through the ORCA process. What was the objective? What were the results? What were the causes? What were the actions? Why? How did we get to this point where you've got this so far out of a line what we're supposed to be doing? Let's see what he comes back with. As I say, at the end of the day, this is just a tool, and the tools can fail. It's a highly powerful tool when you use it the correct way. But you have to ask the right questions and use it with intent. As I spoke to this morning, you need to verify full kit, because otherwise you end up producing a lot of crap. You're right, I got the timing wrong because I assumed start of the day when you're actually signalling end of the day. That's on me. From here on, no more assumptions. When you say new shift, we'll start first home versus travel, but we also need 1 extra toggle. Start or debrief, because you can run the debrief immediately after finishing the day's tickets, which is what you're doing now. That's legitimate. We'll lock that after we finish today. Now we run the ORCA debrief right now clean. ORCA debrief, day 41, home. Objective, Keith. Only 1 objective counts. What was the single most important objective for today? 1 sentence. You can use what you said already, but make it concrete. Example style. Advance Q1 quarter gains Masogi by executing 3 locked tickets. Your words, 1 objective. After you answer, I'll ask results step by step. Okay, so the advanced Q1 school gains Masogi by executing the 3 locked tickets is actually incorrect. That is a high definition destination. You see on the back of my shirt there, the movement, which is local gym on the sunny coast. So my single objective for today was to ensure that I got my gym session in. It's the first one for the year with my son, who's a PT. So that was, well, he's an EP now as well. That was the single objective for today. It's always good to reset these things and give it a new set of rules every now and again. As you can see, this one's wandered. This is why you need to understand this process behind what you're doing, and you want a wingman as well, because you might have set this up, run it through the week, and gone, it's taken you off on the wrong track. You need the wingman to bring you back on course. Good, that clarification matters, and you're right to separate HDD from today's objective. We lock it cleanly and continue the ORCA debrief step by step. Objective lock. Complete your first gym session of the year with my son. Single, concrete, binary, correct. No reference to Misogi or HDD needed here. Those sit above today, not inside it. Results. Answer this factually, not commentary. Did you complete the gym session? Yes, the gym session was completed. All right. I think this is going to go off track. I'll be surprised if he asks me about my 3 tickets for today, whether I did them or not. Gym session completed as planned. Causes why this happened. I'll state them plainly, then you can confirm or correct. You set a single human objective, not a business abstraction. You anchored it to identity rather than to identity. Father, health, consistency. You remove friction by locking time and accountability with your son. Yep. No negotiation occurred once the day started. Quick checks. Is that an accurate reflection of the real causes? Yes, no. Tell me if I'm missing the cause. Actions. Must do. 3. Oh no, he did get them. Action 1, verify full kit. Action 2, lock tomorrow's. Actions 3 must do for day 42. This process, we need to get this back in line. You've skipped, why are we talking to actions for day 42 when we haven't even confirmed that I did the actions for day 41 yet? You gave me 3 tasks that I was supposed to do with yes, no answers. Why have we skipped that step? What am I doing wrong? What more context do I need you to give you to keep you on track? Because this is the second time that we've gone off track within one session. What's going on here? What's the cause that's causing this problem? And how do we stop it happening moving forward? As I say, this is just a tool. You need to learn how to use it and how to question it like this as well. This is where the real power comes from. You're right to stop this. You're not doing anything wrong. This is on me. Let's slow this down, name the real cause, and lock it so it can lock a fix so it cannot happen again. What went wrong? I broke the ORCA contract twice in the same session. Yeah, you did. Specifically, I violated sequence discipline, the exact error. I jumped forward into future actions before completing the full ORCA loop for day 31. That is a hard ORCA violation. ORCA order is non-negotiable. Objective, results, causes, actions. We were still inside day 41. I skipped the actions validation for day 41 and leapt ahead. You correctly called it out. The real cause, not surface level. This is not a missing context issue. The real cause is role confusion on my side. I oscillated between wingman, discipline, debrief, facilitator, and coach, strategist, future orientated. ORCA does not allow that blending. When I slept into coach mode, I anticipated tomorrow, optimised prematurely, broke the debrief boundary, and that's why it felt like things were out of line. Your instincts was dead right. So this is a good, when you're doing this in a group as well, you're probably going to get someone in the group that goes, hang on a minute, why are we doing that? Why aren't we back on this? And that opens these conversations up and lets you, as you say, it's rankless and blameless. Let's just start having some tough conversations and get people switched on. I'd be doing this, if I was running this like this, I would have just kept running it with the AI if I was running it with a group and waited to see if one of them pulled it up and run the full session, then got to the end of it and went, oh, hang on a second, we went completely off fucking track here. Why did that happen? Which is why I would always have ORCA written on the whiteboard somewhere and follow off that as well. As good as AI is, this process is only good as the person or the team that are engaged in it. What you did right, you protected sequence, defended the process, refused to let the loop blur, asked for a root cause, not an apology. That is operation behaviour. How we fix this? Lock change. We hard lock the following rule. ORCA is closed loop, not future talk until close. From now on, during ORCA, I will not introduce next day's actions. I will not reference day +1. I will not coach ahead until all 4 steps of the current day are complete. Only after objective results, causes, actions, daily execution index can we talk about tomorrow. If I violate this again, you can stop me with one phrase. Stop this or finish this ORCA and I'll immediately reset. Let's get back on track right now. We rewind to where it broke. And here we are. Objective confirmed, results confirmed. Causes partially confirmed. Day 41 actions not yet done. So we continue correctly. ORCA debrief, day 41. Causes you confirm or correct. I propose these causes for today. Results: single human objective, identity-based motivation, external accountability, your son, negotiation, once locked. Confirm or correct? Yes, accurate. Yes, that's accurate. So we'll call causes are accurate. So we'll say yes to causes. Actions for day 41. Daily execution index. For clarity, final clarity, you're not the problem. Your context is sufficient. The issue was me breaking ORCA discipline. The fix is locked and explicit. You did exactly what this process is supposed to do. Protect the system when it drifts. Now let's finish day 41 properly. So the causes. Why have you still not spoken to and asked me whether I did the 3 tasks from yesterday or not? We're still skipping a step. So he says to this. You're 100% right again, and thank you for holding the line. We're still skipping a step, and in fact you're catching it. Tells me you understand the process better than I'm executing it right now. Damn straight it does. Let's start this again. Stop ORCA session. Let's go back. See if this resets and rerun it. New shift, Saturday, 3rd of January 2026, day 41 of 90. Let's see if we get him back on track. This is how you need to be on top of this stuff all the time, how quickly it can go off track. And if you aren't fully grounded in this process and fully understand it, as good as powerful as this tool is, it's got its issues, which you're seeing right now. Locked, reset, clean. Per the lock sequence, we start at step 0. No assumptions, no skipping. Task validation from yesterday. Yesterday's 3 must-do tasks. Right, now we're back on track. Verify full kit before starting work. Execute single follow-up you had already decided. Did you complete these 3 tasks? Task 1, yes. Task 2, yes. Task 3, yes. Now we're getting somewhere again. This is all good actually, because what I'm going to do is get this to create an agent that's going to step others through this process without me. But it's going to be able to read this and see what went wrong, and we'll work out how we stop it happening again. Saturday, 3rd of June, objective today. Keith rule, one objective. One objective for today was to make sure that I get my gym session done. Now he's back on track. Processed, ORCA debrief, day 41. Objective, complete my gym session, factual only. Yes, the session was done. Day 41, results, gym session complete. Objective, causes. Now we identify what actually caused that result. Not coaching, not future talk, just truth. What were the key causes that led to the gym session being complete? Once you answer, I'll move to actions, then the daily log. Key causes were on Saturday training with my son, so we had the session locked in. So it's a wingman thing, yeah? He coaches me, he's the PT, he's the EP. So it's exactly the same thing. Had the session locked in, planned before I started, and I had the wingman there to make sure that I did it, executed it, and he kept me on track. Now we get somewhere. Starting to get something valuable out of it. He's going to forget to do this loop, I bet you, the visual loop. Good, that's clear, on point. I'll lock it in. Day 41, causes lock. The gym session happened because the session was locked in advance. No decision fatigue. You had a wingman, your son as coach, PT, EP. External accountability removed negotiation. Planning happened before execution. Execution was supervised, not solo. That's a textbook wingman pattern and exactly what ORCA is modelling elsewhere. Causes confirmed. Actions for tomorrow, day 24. Now and only now we set tomorrow's actions. Action 1, lock tomorrow's one objective before starting. Say it out loud, write it down. One outcome only. So that outcome tomorrow will be to run the big ass planning session. So that one's done. Verify full kit before the task. So I've got a Trello card now. I've done a lot of work and I've actually got a separate GPT which is all about verifying full kit. Not going to go into it today because this was just going to be a short, sharp session. It's already dragged on to 20 minutes. Action 3, create or use a wingman for one task. Doesn't need a person, could be ORCA, a timer, a checklist, a calendar lock, but it must remove negotiation. Daily execution index, day 41. Score based on behaviours. Plan the day, identified one objective, completed 3 must-do tasks. What's day 41's execution index? 3 out of 3. What about the visual planning loop? You didn't ask me that question. I don't want to do it today, but you weren't going to ask that question either, were you? See how honest he is. I think this is starting to lose context because of we've got to day 41. So I'm going to ask you a question now. What happened? You correctly completed step 0 to 4. You correctly gave 3 executions. I failed to offer the visual option reflection loop. That was my miss, not yours. Clarify, lock the rule so it doesn't drift. Here's the exact lock rule going forward. Visual reflection loop. Home ORCA, the exact phrasing. Do you want to run the optional reflection loop? So yes. Daily execution index. Day 41 officially closed. Didn't just exit it today. Have we got to the point where you're getting confused because we've done too many of these days in one chat? Do you need to create a handover, and do I need to start a different chat so that this sequence stays tight and all the lessons learned that we've had up until now get incorporated into the sessions from day 42 forward? See what happens here. Because if it doesn't, if we get our sequence again, then I'm going to reset this and start a new chat. Short answer, yes, you're diagnosing the problem correctly. And good news, it's fixable cleanly with a handover. Let's be more precise and accountable. What's actually happening? You're not doing too many days. What is happening is this. We've accumulated a large number of micro rules, locks, corrections, and exceptions. All of them are valid, but they are currently distributed across a long conversation thread, not consolidated into a single authoritative operating spec. That creates execution drift on my side, not because I forgot, but because I'm juggling live corrections and legacy assumptions. Some rules are stated once, others are implied later. The protocol evolved correctly, but it wasn't re-baselined into one clean contract. That's why you've had to keep policing the sequence. You're right to do so, but you shouldn't have to. This is not a you problem. This is a handover hygiene problem. Why handover is the right move now. You've reached a natural phase boundary, the learning phase, days 1 to 41. The stabilisation phase, days 42 to 90. You've designed the ORCA protocol, stress tested it under travel holidays fatigue, identified failure modes, locked fixes, step 0 daily index, home versus travel, visual loops, etc. That's exactly when high-performing teams do a handover, not because something is broken, but because it's ready to scale cleanly. What I recommend, clear and simple. Yes, we should do a formal ORCA Wingman handover. Yes, you should start a fresh chat for day 42. No, you do not lose progress or lessons. We just re-anchor them properly. what the handover will contain. If you want, I can generate this immediately for copy paste into the new chat. I'll include locked ORCA protocol, step 0, objective, operational rules, scoreboards, tone, contract, day 42 starting state. What happens after the handover? You'll open a new chat, paste the handover at the top, say new shift day 42, 4th of January 2026. And from that point on, no legacy confusion, no litigate old mistakes, tight sequence every day. Right, recommendation, straight. Yes, do the handover. Yes, start a new chat. Yes, this will tighten everything. If you want to say one of these, I'll do it immediately. Create a day 42 reset version. Generate the ORCA Wingman handover now. I think we should incorporate create a day 42 reset version as well. I don't know why you split those two, but I don't want the short handover. I want a full reset that I can copy paste into a new one, new chat with all the lessons that we've learned to this point. Right, that'll be it. We'll let our mate go and create that when you're ready. If you've hit 2026 or your tank's coming back next week and you don't want 2026 to start like old mate trying to sprint up the street in this video, reach out, have a quick chat, see if we might be a good fit to work together, whether it's in a school program or some sort of wingman. They've got 2 levels of wingman programs. One's 5k a month, one's 18k a month, depending on the level of support that you need. Anyway, take what you learned today, use it, make it a great week, and we'll speak soon. You don't want to start 2026 like this. I'm starting a new pilot program called 2026 Preseason Training. It's for leaders who want to get their team match fit before the whistle blows and the 2026 season kicks off. So if you're running a good company or a team and you want to hit 2026 in a sprint, this is your window right now to set it up. We'll custom build your 12-month plan and drop it into a Trello board so that you actually track it and use it. We'll resource it properly so the work actually gets done and set you up a school community so that you're ready to get rhythm from day one. We'll be setting it all up using Goldrat's project rules of flow to mitigate the 12 causes of project failure, because that's exactly what this is and how you need to treat it as a project. And you'll also be learning to leverage AI where it counts to get the most impact. This isn't some paint by numbers cookie cutter course. It's pre-season training custom built for your business. There's only 10 spots and we'll have it wrapped up so that you're ready to run before we hit Christmas. DM me the words 2026 pre-season training and I'll send you all the details, because you really don't want to start 2026 like this.